I've never really viewed myself as particularly talented. I've viewed myself as, slightly above average in talent. And where I excel is ridiculous, sickening work ethic. While the other guy's sleeping, I'm working. While the other guy's eating, I'm working. You can look at the first 6 episodes of the Fresh Prince, and I was so just hell-bent on not failing that I memorized the entire script. And you can see in certain shots, they try to cut around it as much as they can, but I am mouthing the other actors' lines.
Here's what happened. I'm on jury duty. My entire calendar is cleared, right? They give us a very long lunch. What do? I don't sit and chill it out. I don't sit and say, well, I don't have anything scheduled. I email the team. We bang out episode 114 of the Ask Gary Vee show. I email Matt, my assistant. He's hanging out over there. Looks kind of creepy. Looks super suspicious. Anyway, Matt's here, so we're gonna go through a bunch of stuff that we have to execute against. I have 2 calls right after I do this video. Phil Toronto from Vayner RC, the fund, is coming and having a meeting that was gonna be at 11:30 p.m. tonight. He's coming to meet me at 1. Basically, what I'm fascinated by is that people like to say they hustle, and I talk about working the whole day, and then I've talked to you guys a lot about, well, it's not about how much you sleep, it's what you do while you're awake, and this is a perfect example of something that I've watched a lot of my contemporaries and a lot of you, the Vayner Nation, right, that say they love to hustle. When something happens, a meeting gets canceled, right? There's a curveball, it's a snow day, right? They take that as vacation time instead of adjusting to it. See, the truth of the matter is, being efficient, executing, shooting for those big goals is predicated on your actions. Do you take an extra long lunch from jury duty to say, you know what, cool, I'm gonna chill and watch YouTube videos? Or do you hustle your face off and try to cram as much in? I'm excited that that's my first thought. Now look, I get it, I'm sitting on a high chair right now and talking down to you should do this. I'm really not telling you what you should do. I'm really not trying to be a guru. I'm not really trying to be too cool and say, ha ha ha, look at me, not you. I'm really not. Really just making these videos, not for the people that you find this condescending, not for the people that find it motivational. I'm making this video for the people that are full of shit, right? The ones that tell me to my face every day that and really want it, and don't recognize the actions that it takes to get there. So I'm making this video for a very small percentage of you. To the left, look, Gary thinks he's so cool. To the right, that's the best ever, complete blindness. No, the middle, my friends. So many of you that actually want this, have the skills to do this, right? And sometimes once in a while, just need to see a different version of it to understand, right? To me, this is an video, right? Did you mail it in? Did you mail in that 15-minute call got canceled? You had a packed day, 15-hour day. It got canceled. What are you doing in that 15 minutes? And by the way, sometimes those 15 minutes are absolutely worth calling your mom, calling your daughter, FaceTime with your kids. But it's just making every minute count. Every minute has to count. Every minute has to count if you want so much, because you just don't have as many of them as you think. You just don't.
Not a sort of 5-point plan that anyone could follow to get over stress and trauma in their lives. Talk me through it.
Well, I think that, first of all, I want to make one thing clear. The quality of your life is the quality of where you live emotionally. Like, we all have a home. Angry people find a way to get angry, even if their life doesn't really be angry about. We can always find it. Sad people find a way to be sad. Caring people find a way to care for other people. So one thing to identify is, where are you living? What's your home? What's your habit? And then the way to change it is, when I was homeless, literally on my own, just getting started, I didn't have the internet, but I decided I had to go to a library and I had to feed my mind. And I always tell people the first stage is, weeds grow automatically. One of my teachers taught me, he said, every day stand guard at the door of your mind and feed it something good. Because if your worst enemy puts sugar in your coffee here, you're fine. If your best friend by accident trying to help you put some strychnine, you're dead. So if you feed your mind every day, 30 minutes a day of reading something, hearing something. Second, you got to strengthen your body. And the reason, Pierce, is fear is physical, right? So is stagnation, so is numbness, so is sadness, so is rage. And when you go in and change your body by an intense workout or a run or even an intense walk and the blood's flowing through you, science has shown it instantly changes your biochemistry. And now your mind and body are working together. Third thing, all these people did in common, if you watch, they found a mission bigger than themselves. Yeah. Something that they want to aspire to that was worth more than their pain. And then the fourth thing is you got to find a role model. You know, you heard it with Nick. Almost everybody finds a role model that makes it real. I was with Warren Buffett and with Sarah Blakely, the youngest billionaire. We did this round table about the future. And when you listen to this woman, and when women meet her, they don't just love Spanx or product that made her a billionaire. They love this woman because she's a role model of what's possible.
Yeah.
When you get a role model, it becomes real to you. If you get a plan, you get a goal plan, and you take massive action. And the last step, number 5, there's always somebody worse off than you are. I don't care what you've done. So if you can go help somebody worse off, you put your life in perspective. And it also reminds you, life's not about me, it's about we. I always tell people, the secret to a great life, the secret to living is giving. And when you realize there's something in you still to give, even if you lost your legs, even if you've been through a horrific financial situation, your life can improve, but more importantly, you'll have a meaningful life.
Choice. Your common sense will tell you. When you believe you have a sense of autonomy, a sense of choice in what you're doing, you feel more self-motivated. B.F. Skinner taught us that too. In his book, Beyond Freedom and Dignity, way back in 1971, reading that book changed my life because I realized that I am controlled by consequences. But sometimes I don't feel controlled. When I'm working for a pleasant consequence, it feels good. It feels like I'm working to get something. When I'm working to avoid an aversive consequence, I feel controlled. That's called negative reinforcement. So here's a challenge, leaders. How do we get people to become success seekers rather than failure avoiders? First day of introductory psychology class. I teach 2 classes of 600 students. Maybe some of you have been in that class. And remember, the first day I say, how many are here to avoid failure? And 80% raise their hand. And I say, well, thanks for coming. I know you're motivated, but you're not happy campers. You probably told your friends, I got to go to class. It's a requirement. Not I get to go to class. It's an opportunity. Probably woke up to an alarm clock, not an opportunity clock. And it's all in how you see it. Really, it's all in how you see it. It's your paradigm. It's how you communicate to others and how you communicate to yourself. So, Ellen Langer said in her book, Mindfulness, she said, and psychologists know, when you perceive choice, you perceive motivation. You're more motivated. So the deal is, for yourself, sit back and reflect, being mindful of the choices you have, and talk about being a success seeker rather than a failure avoider. It's all how you talk, how you communicate to yourself and to others.
The hard work involved. I mean, if you want to have like a casual life and you don't want to be in a band. I mean, you never sleep. It's really, really hard work, you know, and you're exhausted all the time, and you're almost always sick, and you're fighting with your business partners all day long, and it's just how it is. But I have a very, very strong work ethic because I had nothing when I was a kid. Nothing. I've been working at my first job when I was 13. I had 2 jobs when I was 16, you know, and but I think it's a lot of it's probably because I'm extraordinarily fearful about having to do what someone tells me to do. So I'd rather be doing everything because at least no one's telling me to do that.
So one of the best ways to stop worrying and start living is to take things one day at a time. Forget what's happened in the past that you cannot change, and don't worry about what might happen in the future. 99% of the things that you worry about will never occur. You can always use the worry buster formula to clear your mind. If there's a problem in your life that is causing you to worry, remember that most things you worry about never happen anyway. There are 4 steps to applying the worry buster to your situation to help you stop worrying completely. Number 1, define your problem clearly. Accurate diagnosis is half the cure. What exactly are you worrying about? Write it down if you possibly can. Number 2 is ask yourself, what is the worst possible outcome of this situation? I call this a WPO analysis, worst possible outcome. Some people call it filling out the disaster report. What is the worst, and think about what exactly could happen if this situation did occur. Step number 3 is resolve to accept the worst possible outcome should it occur. Whatever might happen, decide that you will be able to live with it. It won't kill you. Take it one day at a time. Now you've found out how to stop worrying. And finally, begin immediately to make sure that the worst possible outcome does not occur. Think of all the creative things you could do to minimize the worst possible occurrence. Pretty soon you'll be thinking positively and creatively again, and you'll be back in control of your life.